We're going to start a fire at Ketchum House. So typically these doors would be closed, and starting from a cold home, if you're checking in and the property is during the winter time, we'll try to keep a fire going, but if nobody's here for a couple days, the house typically doesn't get any colder than 10 degrees, which is great. So it won't be terribly cold, but it won't be terribly warm. So starting at 10 degrees, you'll be in here and be comfortable, and kind of start your day around the fire and kind of move back as the building starts to heat up. So this is what I learned from starting a bunch of fires here at Ketchum House, is that first thing you want to do is open up the doors, and there's two of them, and you want to start with the left one, and you're going to lift it up. It's not going to be hot this time, so you don't need to wear gloves. And then you open the second one. Down and behind, you're going to have the pipe that has water running through. You'll see that. That heats our water. And then there's going to be an open grate at the bottom. Typically want to have that grate open because this almost works like a rocket stove, where the air comes up underneath, feeds the fire, and turns it into a vicious furnace. So what you'll do is grab a medium-sized log. Hopefully it's dry, because it'll help it a little better. And with this log, you want to put it way at the back. It goes as far back as you can, typically underneath those underneath that pipe. So that's the first position. The second thing is grab some newspaper, ball that up. Same. And again. And again. So you're just putting it far back as possible. You want it far back because if it's closer here, you may see some smoke, especially when it's cold, because there's the cold air will try and force the smoke down, and you may see some come out at the top here. Not to be alarmed, but if you do it right, you will see less smoke. Put that one in, and then what I like to do is find some cardboard after a nice pizza, a sustainable meal. This is the packaging, right? This is cardboard. And you're gonna kind of put that down over top of the paper. So now you got this nice little bed of paper and cardboard. And then you're gonna put on smaller pieces of cedar. Throughout the property, as I'm looking outside all around here, there's a lot of cedar trees, and as you walk around, you'll see piles of cedar, and some of the cedar is thin and a little thicker. To cut thicker pieces, you can use a saw out there to cut something that size, or if it's a little smaller, you can kind of hand snap it. But there's tons of kindling, so you'll be able to find it out on the property. So what we're going to do is make sure that we can light a little bit of that paper if that cardboard's in the way, and then we're just going to kind of put the nice dry cedar on top, almost in like a V pattern. So typically there'll be some of this inside, and it'll be quite dry. If you need more, it's all outside. And then sometimes you just find some bark from some of the wood. You sometimes leave wood out front here to help dry it a little bit quicker for the next fire, smaller pieces, so that's why you'll see them kind of lean down below. You're going to do that, put that there, and I think that's ready to go. Sustainable matches or sustainable lighting devices, lighters or not, because you know lighters contain a whole bunch of plastic, which doesn't fare well with decomposing over the years. So the old standard wooden match is your best friend to light a fire. So you do that, get her going, find your paper, you're gonna light it there. I don't have any other areas where there is paper exposed, because that pizza box is kind of on top of everything. Once you close this, especially with this grate down below open, you will have a great, as I call it, close this one, smoke starting to come out. Close that, and then you can hear it almost. It's turned into a very bright, very loud fire. It's burning through, the paper's gone, the cardboard's going, and all that wood is just coming up. You can kind of feel it right now just because of that air coming up underneath. We can close this if you like. You always want to have it on full blast. Close it, choke it, you can see that. You'll basically choke the fire and or the oxygen, and the fire will slow down. You want to have this thing going at full capacity at all time. So that's how you start a fire here at Ketchum House.